All right, so today's video, I'm actually going to be breaking down the cost of living in San Jose. So if you are relocating out here, maybe you got a job offer from one of the big tech companies out here in Silicon Valley, stay tuned because you don't want to miss this video. We'll be breaking down pretty much the biggest reason why living out here in San Jose is super expensive. So stay tuned. All right, welcome back. Hildren Sabangan coming from the heart of Silicon Valley, beautiful San Jose, California. And if you're new to this channel, and again, you are relocating here because you got a job offer from one of the big tech companies, welcome. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and that bell button as well, because every single week I will be coming up with videos. I want to be that guy, that person that's going to help you make that decision about if you did accept that offer, where you should live, where you should rent, what schools that you need to be around, what is there to do out here in San Jose, California, all of the above. So yeah, definitely hit that subscribe button. I look forward to being that person of value for you every single week. So with that said, let's go ahead and get right into this cost of living video. All right, so full disclaimer, I'm sure you know living out here in San Jose is not cheap. All right, some statistics that I searched for, cost of living in San Jose. Living out here in San Jose is 68.1% higher than the national average. 68.1% higher than the national average. Okay. Now, household median income is $149,856. Okay. $149,856. Now, that puts San Jose about $65,153 greater than the national average. So, yeah. What did these numbers say? Tell us, these numbers are telling us that exactly what I said in the beginning. And it's no secret, San Jose is not a cheap place to live. It is pretty expensive. There's a lot of things going on. You're in an environment where you have the big tech companies. You have Apple, you have Facebook, you have Google/YouTube, Netflix. All of these big companies have their headquarters out here in Silicon Valley. Now, with that environment, with all these kind of brilliant minds around here in Silicon Valley, the home prices are going to basically reflect that, right? It's going to be true to value. Um, think about it this way: if like all that stuff was happening out here in Silicon Valley, would you expect the San Jose prices to be up or high or low? And that's kind of how I like to explain it to anyone that's kind of talking about the home prices or complaining about the home prices in Silicon Valley. So now, another disclaimer is a lot of the cost of living videos that I've watched, they'll break down kind of a night out in San Jose or a night out in their city, or what a grocery bill or utility bill is going to be like in their city. I'm not going to go that route. I'm going to kind of just go right into the nitty gritty, the meat and bones of why living in San Jose is super expensive. And that's pretty much because of household, right? Homes are super expensive out here in San Jose. Now, the reason why I decided to go this route is because upon my own personal research, like a gallon of milk isn't going to cost too much. The difference of a gallon of milk isn't much different in San Jose versus a different city in California or even in a different state. A gallon of water is pretty much going to be somewhere close to what it costs out here in San Jose versus what it's going to cost out in Florida, for example. Now, another thing is, like, a number one in McDonald's isn't going to be much different versus a number one in McDonald's out in Texas or in Seattle or Idaho or whatever. So, we're talking cents here, right? And I think, and obviously that kind of information is important, but it's not as significant as housing, right? Mortgage payments and rent payment are pretty much the biggest differentiating point of living out here in the Bay Area versus living out in those cities that I mentioned earlier. So with that said, let's kind of break down some numbers here. So let's talk a little bit about mortgage rate. Okay, so the biggest thing, the most important thing if you're going to relocate out here to San Jose is going to be, are you going to rent, or are you going to actually buy a home out here? Okay. Now I did a video in the past, and I was actually talking about what the median home prices out here in San Jose are now in 2021. And if I remember correctly, it's about $1.14 million, the median home price out here in San Jose. Okay, that's high. That's super high. Now, if you were to say take on a mortgage, a 30-year mortgage with interest rate below 3%, you're pretty much going to be paying around $5,754 a month for that 30-year mortgage. $5,743 a month. Okay, that's high. $5,000. I totally, not a lot of people could afford that. Now, if you are looking to rent, for example, something, I guess a typical rental, like a home rent for a single family moving out here would be a 3-bedroom, 2-bath. Okay, and roughly that's going to cost about $4,000 a month out here in Silicon Valley in San Jose. So we're talking about almost a, what? Got my notes out here. We're talking about a $1,754 difference of mortgage to rent. So, I mean, these numbers are high. And like I said before, like living out here is not cheap, but that's where the bulk of your money is going to go towards, is your mortgage payment or your rent payment every single month. Okay. Now, utility bills, I mean, that could switch. That fluctuates for depending on how much of an energy saver, energy waster you are. But I would say you're going to be paying roughly about maybe $200 a month of utility bills for everything, average, if you are going to be living out here in the valley. Okay, so yes, so these are those numbers. Now, yes, these numbers are high, but if you did get a job offer out here in Silicon Valley, remember I was talking about that median home price, you're going to be at least making about 100K, right? $100,000 a month for you alone. Now, if you have, your wife that's going to be working, that's going to obviously help that monthly income a little bit more. But basically what I'm saying is, being out here in Silicon Valley, having a job out here in Silicon Valley, you are going to be paid handsomely. You are going to be given a pretty high starting salary in order to compensate, in order to pay off that mortgage payment or that rent payment every single month. Not to mention, if you are relocating out here, most of these, I mean, these big tech companies have no problem offering a moving expense kind of package to help, ease the stress and financial burden of actually relocating your whole family to a different area. So yeah, that's, I mean, that's as raw as it gets, right, team? It's, living in San Jose is expensive because of these high payments that I've mentioned before. Okay. Now, is it worth it? Yes, it could be. I mean, coming from someone who's lived out here in San Jose's whole life, there's always something to do. As a matter of fact, this weekend I'm going to be driving out to Yosemite, which is about a 3-hour drive, not too far to be able to experience beautiful Yosemite National Park, right? Lake Tahoe was about 3 hours away. I mean, I know the snow is starting to actually melt, but if I wanted to go out and experience the snow and do some snowboarding and skiing, that's a 3-hour drive, right? And not to mention, if I wanted to go out to the city, to San Francisco, that's a 45-minute drive. There's also other beautiful pockets outside of San Jose, Cupertino, where Apple's located. You have Milpitas, you have Fremont, you have beautiful beaches such as Half Moon Bay, Santa Cruz. everything is so close. Everything is pretty, it's doable if you wanted to go out and make a day trip and, just kind of get out of San Jose and just kind of experience something brand new, get a refresh, keep your creative juices flowing. Now, is that $5,700 plus mortgage payment worth all of these sort of things? Hey, it could be. It's all dependent on you and what you value for your life. But it's always nice to have opportunities, or it's always nice to have choices. It's always nice to know that you have something that's literally, an hour away, so that you could actually experience if that's something that you really want to do. So yeah, simple cost of living. I wanted to get this video out. I will get more into the nitty gritty if you wanted me to kind of go out and do like a date night, for example, and show you what that bill is looking like, or even a whole day in the life of living in San Jose. Waking up, putting gas in the car, going out to have lunch, going out to have a couple of beers at a bar. I'll be more than happy to do that. Comment below if this is something that you're interested in. And like I said, I'll be happy to go ahead and start filming that video out for you. All right, so that will bring us to the end of the video, team. Again, if you are looking to relocate out here in San Jose and you have a family to, bring your dog, your cat, your bird, your kids, all the above, feel free to actually reach out to me. I'll have all my information down below. I'll probably put it somewhere down here below as well. I'm starting to get some great texts. I'm starting to get great emails talking about, for people asking me what it's like to be out here and kind of be that guide and kind of help hold their hand and decide the best neighborhoods, the best schools for their kids, the best areas where they could go out and enjoy and meet new people out here in San Jose, surrounding cities in the Bay Area. So I'm looking forward to kind of hearing a little bit more about you. Again, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you be that guide for you. So yeah. Until next time, team, I will be back, post another video, and yeah, be safe. Hope to hear from you guys soon.